Hello, hello, I'm Rebecca, a Seint artist, and I want to show you today how simple it is to apply just the very basic colors of 3D foundation. It really is so simple, and we're going to be working out of this one compact. I love this size compact for especially those of you who are just super beginners, or you kind of just want to dab your feet into the makeup a little bit and see what it's about. This compact is awesome because your 4 basic colors fit right on top, and then you have a whole nother layer to add if you want to add an illuminator or a bronzer, even some eyeshadow colors, a lip balm, whatever you want to add later down the road. You won't have to go in and buy another compact. You have room to add more. So I love this one for just brand new starting out with Seint. Now, Seint is a cream makeup. It's extremely pigmented. It's about, I think about 80% pigmented, which most makeups on the market are about 40-ish percent pigmented. So it's very, a little bit goes a very long way, which I love. I'm also going to show you one brush. I'm going to be applying everything with one brush. This is the 3D brush. This is kind of the OG of Seint. Back when Seint used to be called mascara, this was one of the first brushes, and I still love it. It's still my favorite, and I'm going to show you why and how to use kind of both ends. Now, when you watch different Seint artists, you'll probably see everyone applies it a little bit differently. This is just how I prefer to apply it. I like to put my contour on first because I like the least amount of makeup on my face. So I kind of like to work in one layer-ish kind of mindset makeup. I'm gonna get my bangs out of the way real quick because, you know, they're a pain. In fact, I think I'm gonna grow them out because they're a little bit more high maintenance than I thought they would be. Okay, here's a 3D brush. You have a domed, fluffier side. You can see that. And then you have a kind of pointier but thicker, I don't know what you call it, side. I like to use this side for my contour. So, and yes, I do need to melt my contour down. That'll be another video. In fact, I think I may have one up already. Anyways, I'm just going to dip that in my contour, okay? And I'm going to apply this anywhere I want to create shadow and depth. So you can see naturally right here, I have a little bit of shadow right under my cheekbone. I'm just going to accentuate that. So I'm just starting back at my hairline and going right where that shadow is. And I like to stay kind of back behind the corner of my eye where I, again, naturally have that little bit of shadow. See how that just accentuated that? So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Start at my hairline, and you want to go straight down. That's what's going to slim your face out. If you want your face to appear a little bit fuller, then you would kind of do this and kind of go up a little bit, but I like to slim my face down. So there, created that natural shadow. And I like to under blend it right now because obviously as we apply the main foundation color, you'll see that that will blend right in. And then I'm going to kind of frame my face with it. So I'm going to go right at my hairline, and this is just going to really slim my forehead down, give that nice shadow. See how that created a shadow effect? And again, we'll slim that forehead. Whatever's left on my brush, I just put along my jawline just to slim that out, chisel that out a little bit. And then I do put a little bit on my ring fingers. Super simple. And go right down the side of the bridge of my nose. See how I left the bridge open? And that's going to slim your nose down just a little bit. Okay, contour is done. Looks a little crazy right now. Then I'm going to flip the brush around to the softer or the fluffier dome side. Now I'm going to dip into my main foundation color. This is the color that I will shade match you for. This is the color that should match your skin tone for whatever time of year it is. That's where I'm here to help you, is to get that right color for your skin tone. So I'm just going to dip in there. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. And I'm just going to stipple. Same when I get the makeup on my brush, I like to stipple it on there. I just feel like you have a little bit more control when you do it that way. And then when you're putting your makeup on your face, it really allows you to get a nice smooth finish. Now basically I'm putting this anywhere I didn't create or didn't put the contour, focusing on the places where I need a little bit more coverage. So definitely in this area where I'm a little bit more red, I'm going to focus a little bit more, and my chin is usually a little bit more red. And then places like up here where I don't really have a lot of redness, I don't need a ton of coverage, I'm gonna keep it really light up there. I'm gonna put barely any makeup, just enough to kind of blend And you can see how I'm stippling and blending and kind of marrying those two colors together. So the contour is still where I put it. I'm just marrying those colors together. I always go over my eyelids with my main foundation color. It is a nice base for my eyeshadow. And again, just stipple, especially around your eyes. You don't want to be pulling your skin. Your skin is very thin around your eyes. So I like to just kind of stipple as I go. And then my nose, I want to keep that contour where I put it. I'm just kind of, you see how I haven't really put more makeup on my brush lately. I've just been kind of dabbing and softening everything out. I have a mirror behind me just to make sure I'm not, phone camera is a little bit hard to see the details. Okay, same thing, stippling. Always blend on your neck. We don't want that foundation line, which if you have the right color of foundation, speaking of, you actually should never have a foundation line. But if you add contour right there, you do want to soften that contour out. Okay, super easy. Done with that. Now I'm just going to go in and add my blush, and then I will come back and do my brightening highlight. Blush is Sandstone. I wear this 99% of the time. It's my absolute favorite color. Now, you have to be careful with the blushes because, again, they are extremely pigmented. So a little bit is going to go a very long way. So I'm just going to barely dip that in there. I mean, I have barely any on my brush. And look at that. See how you have to be really careful. It's really easy to get too much, but the cool thing about creams is if you do get too much, it's also very easy to fix it, where that's not always the case with powders and liquids. Okay, and I usually just put it right above my contour. Some people will start at the apples of their cheeks and go back. I don't prefer that. I like it to look as natural as possible, and I'm naturally more red in this area. So that's where I like to keep my blush. See how pretty that is? Now, last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my brightening highlight. This is usually 2-ish shades lighter than your main foundation color. Again, I will give you my recommendation on colors. I'm going to dip my finger in that, and I'm going to apply this on the inner and outer corner of my eye. Now, typically I would do this after I apply my eye makeup because it lets me really clean up any eyeshadow. It lets me clean up this side of my eyeshadow as well. But for video's sake, I'm just doing the basics for the 3D foundation, so I'm just going to apply it now instead of waiting to do my eyes. Okay. So you can see I applied it on the inner and outer corner of my eyes. Gone are the days that we apply it all under our eyes and then blend. You don't need to do that. You're getting way too much product under your eyes when you apply it. Remember we used to see the pie shape? No, you're applying way too much product on your eyes, and that's where you're gonna see the creping and the creasing and the texture. You don't need it. Apply it in these two places. I like to just kind of make sure I don't have any contour left on my brush. Take that pointy side of that 3D brush, and you're just going to stipple that, and you're going to tap it under your eye, kind of focusing that pressure on your orbital bone. Okay. And see how that just brightened under my eye, and I don't have a bunch of product under my eye. That's what you really want to stay away from. So again, just tap it, stipple it under your eye, and focus that pressure on your orbital bone. And there you go, you've brightened. And then you can, if you want to add a touch to your T-zone, I like to add just a little bit down the bridge of my nose to brighten that up, and on your chin as well. And that is it. That is your 3D foundation. Oh, one more thing I want to show you, because it's one of these colors too. And I'm going to get a different brush. This is the line brush, but I'm actually going to use my contour to fill in my eyebrows. So If you never thought of that, or if you have never tried that, you should give it a try. It is pretty awesome. And I don't have to have a different eye. I'm gonna use the mirror behind my phone too, because this one's a little bit harder to see in the phone. But look at that. This is my contour. And 99% of the time, your contour will be a good color. And if it's not, get another cream contour that matches your eyebrows, because it will fit right in your compact instead of having a tube or a jar or a jug or a whatever else you would use to fill in your eyebrows. Get something that's right in your compact. This brush is awesome too for eyebrows, by the way. See how awesome that is? And because this is a cream, it will stay put all day long. All day long. Just kind of fluff them up with the spoolie and done. Okay, there's my 3D foundation. See how smoothing that is? I can even blend out this eyeshadow. I feel like I got just a little bit too much, but that's the glory. See how that changed that quick? It's so easy to fix cream makeup if you make a mistake. It is so forgiving. It's foolproof, I tell you. So there it is. Color matches my skin tone perfectly. I have that brightener, my contour, my blush. Now I'm gonna go finish my eyes. I will post a picture of the finished product at the end, because it always looks a little weird when you don't have your eyes done. But yeah, it's that simple. So I have in the description right here, I have my link for all things makeup. If you click on that link, you'll be able to see, well, first of all, you can read through other information. You can look at before and after pictures. You can all the things, but then you can also get a color match. And that's where I will help you get the right colors for your skin tone. And we can just start out super basic with these 4 simple colors. So just let me know your thoughts. We can talk when you send in that shade match or color match, and we can go from there. But I am so excited for you to try this makeup. I think you're gonna love it.